I don't want an ounce, a whiff of femininity. In our day-to-day lives, I'm happy with that. But in bed, not at all. I need you to be the toxicest masculinity, you know, kind of thing. Like, just, I want to feel like I'm a little deer and you're this giant bear who's going to come and eat me alive.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
And I love that for you. There's 90% of me exactly the same.
Hi guys, Murugi Munyi here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between.
It's Definitely TMI. Where's our song been getting so much hate, by the way?
Oh, yeah?
Have you looked at our YouTube comments lately?
I barely go to that.
People be hating on our songs. You know, Emily? Like, it's just like, please, can you stop singing? Can you just stop singing?
Guys, this is our artistic expression.
I just want to say, though, that it was Lydia's idea and she takes full creative responsibility over that.
But yet, Murugi, when we start, who says the high notes? I
don't know what's wrong with the song, guys. It's literally 1 second of
and
the
it makes us so
video.
happy.
Yeah,
It makes us so happy.
Meza for 2 seconds.
But also, I was going to say, we are super not in sync anymore. We used to be able to know, like, now
it's definitely. So it should actually be. It's definitely TMI.
We used to say it's definitely TMI.
Yes, exactly. Also, guys, I've told Lydia we're always having a problem with her hitting her mic. Every time she hits her mic during this episode, it's 50 bob to Murugi.
Hit, not touch. No,
so,
you said
as you're watching the
episode to Barrow.
I've decided it's actually to me because I'm done suffering.
No chance.
Yeah, so as you're watching the episode, please, if you're watching on YouTube, every time she hits her mic, not touches, hits her mic, please count. So at the end of the episode, you tell me it's how much, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. I need to know what meal I can order for lunch. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm saying.
I'm doing my best, guys. But I don't know. I just feel like it's me and... I was not going to say something else.
You're going to not give her name. Oh. Anyway, welcome guys. We are one. Welcome guys to this episode. We hope you guys are doing fantastic. We are doing pretty well. Are you doing good?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, I think you're doing good.
Doing really
and you look so
good.
full of like color today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I feel
from your
it.
nails to your dress to your everything.
in my color phase.
You're really
I went
in
through
your
that
color
nude phase where everything is like any color was like
even your lip, even your eyeshadow. It's like you've gone from completely nude to like completely exactly.
Color. How are you?
All our lipsy. I love it. I'm doing good. I'm doing fantastic. Yeah. So excited to be shooting today.
I am excited, but today feels a lot.
It feels strange because it's just like it's Wednesday.
And it's a Wednesday. And it's a day we have an episode up. So we are hoping by the time you're watching this one or listening to this one, you've already listened or watched the other one.
The last two, which were fantastic. It was the what we were unlearning, which was pretty amazing.
You guys really responded to that. Thank you so much for that. And as usual, anything that you think would be an interesting topic, I know we are not able to do all of them because we simply can't, but please do share them. We put them on a list and we try our best to go through them so that we can give you guys the kind of content that you appreciate.
Exactly.
And in response, as a love back, you subscribe, whether it's on YouTube, any of our podcast platforms, on our social media, TMI Podcast Ke, Murugi Munyi, Lydia KM. That's all we ask from you, for you to be generally a part of our community by subscribing wherever you listen to.
Exactly. Someone asked me the other day, they were like, how do you guys even figure out what to talk about on the podcast? And I was just like, do you know people can never run out of things to talk about?
We can't.
No, but even like people, because you can imagine if you get married to your partner, you've been with them, 20 years, 30 years. Is there a time you're ever like, wow, we've talked about everything?
And it's enough.
There's nothing else to talk about. It's just, that's what I love about our job. I feel like there'll always be content.
There will.
There can
and
never
even as
not
time
be
goes,
content.
Let's say even if it's like right now, let's say we've talked about
saturated everything.
But then as time goes, there's something to talk about. As we go, more things are created.
Exactly.
I almost hit the mic there.
I know. And it's already shaking, so maybe I missed. Tell her, guys, please.
I didn't hit it.
Note down,
I
please.
didn't hit it.
That's what he said.
Thank you.
Anyway. And on that note, we are talking about sex today.
Shocker.
I feel like it's been at least 3 episodes since we talked about sex.
It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute.
Considering people like to call us the sex podcast, I would say that we are slacking.
Proven ourselves.
We actually have.
Different.
Yeah. Today, guys, we wanted to talk about what women want. And it's actually a new series we want to start. It's like what women want, sex edition. What women want.
What women really want.
What women really want.
Yeah,
a relationship edition. What women really want. I don't know. body edition.
Yeah.
Whatever. I feel like it has like it's so many different things we could actually talk about.
Because there's what I think people think women want, or what even generally women say that they want, but then they specifically. But as usual, it's different for everyone. But we're gonna try and give some general, right?
Exactly.
But everyone obviously is very different.
Personally, as a person who's a person as Lydia, do you feel like you are confident in knowing exactly what you want in bed?
Oh, yeah. Now I am.
Yeah?
Now I am. It's been a journey. I know there's times when I felt like my body wasn't normal because, first of all, movies and things like that, 2 seconds into penetrative sex, everyone has come. That's not my experience, right? And I love clitoral orgasms more than penetrative sex, but both of them are great. I enjoy penetrative sex, but not in the way the clitoris climax is. And for a long time, I just felt like I wasn't accepting that. Like I was more forcing myself to enjoy this one more than this one. Whereas no, it's like what comes naturally and what your body feels great at is great. But what I also did, especially being in relationships, is finding more joy in penetrative sex and having the patience for a penetrative orgasm versus clitoris is like 2 seconds, you're out. It's good. We have TMI to shoot.
Yeah,
you know?
which I love.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas, being patient with it and also exploring that part of my body, I was able to do that when I accepted that this one just seems to come naturally more for me. But now I do know. My last sexual partner, I was like, truth. If it's not happening, it's not happening. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it happens,
but when you say
if
it's not happening, you talk about the orgasm.
The orgasm, or it's like, this one is not working, let's try this one. Yeah, now I know my spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you feel like the sex that you're having now, like, or what you want in sex now is going to remain the same in perpetuity? Do you feel like it's constantly changing?
I'm not having sex now.
But I mean, like now as a 32-year-old, do you think 50-year-old Lydia?
Of course it's different. Yeah. And as time goes, I might like something else. I might discover something else. I might discover this thing that I didn't even know was as good. And because I guess I'm open, I'm always exploring, I am open to whatever else I decide to like, and I will change my mind, and that will be that, and that will be it.
Exactly.
Yeah. What about you?
I feel like, okay, so interesting hearing you talk about penetrative versus clitoral. I prefer penetrative.
Yeah, we've been through this.
I just feel like it's just more impactful. You know, it's just that I like that. Yeah,
I like. And but the orgasm, you prefer that one?
No, I don't think I've orgasmed enough from clitoral because I never let it go that far. It's just like, okay, that was great. Let's move on to the real sex, kind of thing. Yeah. But I feel like just in terms of the experience, I prefer that one. Also, I feel like with penetration, it kind of feels like two-way pleasure, whereas with clitoral, it's just you who is getting the pleasure, which I don't know. Maybe I need to assess why that makes me uncomfortable when it's like I feel like the sexual experience should be both of us, but this one I'm just giving. You're just giving me.
But you love giving head.
I know,
and that's not a problem that way.
I know.
Let's sit down and assess that. Let's all assess that.
I actually never thought about it that way. Why do I feel like I'm being selfish when I'm being given only? But I'm
when
happy.
You are so proud. You always talk about how much you love sucking dick.
I know. That's so true. Yeah. Wow, that actually could be something that I need to explore. I feel like I'm being selfish when it's just me, but I don't feel like men, in fact, will never stop you at like, no, you're focused too much on me. It's too much focus on me.
No.
It's time for... Was that your phone ringing?
Yeah. It was just a notification from I am. Should we
100
hear it?
bob. That's 100 bob.
Why?
Yeah, no.
Why?
We're giving 100.
I love being myself is our affirmation. Be kind.
Fine. I'll take it. But
it might be something, but I do understand that part as well. Yeah. You always feel like you want, especially if you're a giver in bed, you feel like receiving is awkward. Yeah. I had a sexual experience with a giver, and I see it's like, can you just relax and let me, and it's never that.
Yeah,
they don't seem comfortable that way.
And then I feel like when I'm just being given, I feel like I need to act. Like now I want you to know how happy I am that you're doing this for me, So it's just like I must scream, I must twist, I must move, I must shake my legs. Shake my legs. Like I really want you to feel like you're doing a good job, Actually, then I stop feeling like it's about me, because now it's like I really want you to know that you're doing great.
This is a lot of honesty all at once.
And I didn't even realize all this.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I might be broken.
No, you're not broken.
Yeah.
But I think there's a partner I had that taught me to sit back and enjoy. And I actually felt like that was the most balanced. You have your time, we have our time, and sometimes it's just my time. And I really learned to just sit back and enjoy it. Yeah. But I think we need to unlearn some of this stuff because we've been taught so much. It's us giving, it's about them, it's their pleasure. Whereas, it takes time to undo it. And I feel like you have a partner who does that. It's you more who needs to come the other way.
It's me more, honestly, yeah.
Anyway.
I still feel like, I genuinely feel like there are parts of my sexual, I don't know, future that are so unexplored right now just because of like my current like just ideas about sex, which again, as we said, we are still unlearning. Maybe we should have said things we are unlearning sex edition because I feel like there could be a shit ton there.
Yeah.
But you know, one thing that has helped us so much is Beducated. And we've spoken about Beducated so many times before. But one thing I realized is that there are things which you are going to enjoy in your sexual future that you don't even know exist until you go and see them somewhere. And then you're just like, that's a thing. And then you try and probably some things you'll be like, no, that's not for me. Yeah. Then the others which you try and you're like, wow, it becomes such a central part of what you love that you don't even realize that there's a time you didn't even know that thing exists.
Yeah, I said that Beducated changed my experience with self-pleasure. Did you know, fun fact, Wednesday, did you know that a female orgasm can last up to 2 minutes?
What are you doing for 2 minutes?
Enjoying. This is it. This is what we're saying.
That you can die. You can die. What do you mean?
Let me tell you.
You just... You're just
that
shaking
sound
for 2
actually...
minutes.
I've not
You've hit. I've seen
50 bob.
Please keep track. We're at 150.
Yeah. That is not something I ever conceptualized because I always felt like I'm at peak. Let me be done. Right? Because the feeling is too overwhelming. But it can definitely last longer. Remember, we were taught about you climax, but not to the end, then come back down. That could go on for a lifetime. I learned that through Beducated.
Yeah, here's something that I learned on Beducated. It's like that whole I can't remember what the name is called, but there's a course about it where it's like penetration but with a rhythm. Not just like you go like 2 hard strokes, then slower. Like there's a certain number. It's like 2 hard strokes, then 8 slow ones. And then 3 hard, then 8, then 7 slow ones. Then 4 hard, then it's like an actual thing of like actual counting. And it actually fucking works. It's
really?
So good, yeah.
Hey! Ding,
I know.
ding.
And there's some things I was just like, that was like a whole, I felt like that experience, it was like a whole different way of having sex. A whole different one.
I'll
find it, guys, and then I'll put it here so you can see what I'm talking about. But like,
you explored.
I explored.
Yeah. And I feel like if you're open-minded about what you like, what that even means, what do I want, what do I like, what feels good to me, if you're open-minded about that, you're constantly exploring bits of yourself that are unheard, are unseen, but if you're fixated, I feel like sometimes you go without exploring things that you actually might find that you enjoy. So if you're feeling this, and we get this actually the last couple of months when we haven't had a code, you guys have been asking for a code.
Yeah, exactly.
Here is a code. Please this is the month.
Use it.
This is the month. April is the month you decide that you can explore. The code is TMI Podcast, and you get 40% your annual subscription, and that is locked for life.
Yeah, and this is one of the great things about Beducated, because they give you content which is like written, but also audio, but also video. For some of the things, you can watch a video and it's explicit, but it's not pornographic. Yeah. And it's like, they really explain. And the interesting thing is that I don't, like, sometimes I'll get horny when I'm watching it, but I feel like it's more the learning side of my mind that is intrigued when I'm watching the things on Beducated. Do you feel the same way?
I feel that, but because that part is most awake, but underlying it feels...
It's also, but I feel like as I'm watching, sometimes you can watch like a particular video and then you can be like, that one definitely is not for me. That one is not for me. But there are some which you'll see and it's like, if you're watching with your partner especially, you can just be like, oh babe, maybe we can try this. And then maybe you see what your partner is seeming more into. I always want my partner to feel like anything you want to try, I'm willing to try.
Yeah.
I really just want to be that partner. That's what I want.
I love it when I will do anything. Anything you say.
Can you show me the size of your fist first?
And that is not the way. There's actually a course on Beducated about how to do fisting.
I mean, if you do guide it slowly, assume this is my vagina. We put. So you push in.
That's it. That's where she draws the line.
That's where I know.
And it's okay to draw a line.
No,
it's
but
okay.
but just trying.
Yeah.
I can try.
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah.
Okay, report back. Once you do.
No, not that I will try, but I could.
Or you could try if it was
But here's
asked of
another
you.
thing. I also feel like men are not as vocal about their desires as women are. I honestly feel it.
100%.
Because I feel like he definitely feels like, is she gonna think it's weird? Like, is he gonna? Me, I never care. I'm just like, hey, babe, look at this. I ever send him a video, send him the screenshot from Beducated, and then be like, do you think we can try this?
One of my what I want is actually in connection with that.
Yeah,
I'll share it as we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, if you want to explore what you really want, do you know what you really want? Because until you've explored so many things, you might not want to know. But also, if you know there's something you truly enjoy and love, and that's it, you can stick to that too. Because it's clear that you really love that.
But unabo.
Oh, we will not shame in this show.
Okay, fine. Yeah, but we would just like to encourage you to
We like to encourage you because you never know. You never know what it is.
Exactly.
And one of the things about Beducated, as we said, is that you can trust who is giving you this information because you can go to Google if you want to, but do you know what this person does? Do you know their expertise? Whereas on Beducated, you're 100% sure it's from experts in that field.
Exactly. Yeah, experts, and they add courses all the time. So it's like you always just go scroll through. Even if you use the link that we are putting in our description below, so that if you just don't even put the code, anything, just go and scroll through and see all the different courses they have, and then decide if it's something that you feel is worth signing up for. We would highly recommend that you do, because this month it'll be 40% off.
We have the code. Yeah, take advantage of it.
Here's something that I want, something I really want from my man in bed is I need all his masculinity. I don't want an ounce, a whiff of femininity. In our day-to-day lives, I'm happy with that. But in bed, not at all. I need you to be the toxicest masculinity, kind of thing. Like, just, I want to feel like I'm a little deer and you're this giant bear who's going to come and eat me alive. Yeah. That's what I want.
And I love that for you. There's 90% of me exactly the same. I love the dominating. I like the demeaning. I love all that.
Demeaning, that's the best part.
Love it.
I'm your dirty little bitch.
That's it. Love it. However, there's a 10%. I guess it's the masculine energy in me that also wants some kind of dominance. Actually, there's an element that really takes me up when I see them in a demeaning position. Yeah. It's so look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. Disgusting.
Disgusting low life.
Look at you.
Me, I feel like
something there.
The second I feel like I have more power or control over a man, I just feel like you stop being sexy. Yeah. Now you're just a child.
No, but in that position, there's something.
Really?
Yeah, there's something. And I feel like it gets wilder as I go. Like, it gets more like open like that. Yeah, there's
you
something
want to tie
about
him up and spank him.
I think the not necessarily spank, violence. Okay, it's not violence, but to me, that kind of pain is not a thing. I'm not pro pain. But there's something about the vulnerability because in everyday life, I feel like that's harder to come by because majority of the time, that they're asserting this head, this is how I deal with it, this is what I do. But there's something about that freedom to be that vulnerable in that space that feels like it's extra intimate. Like, this is just like this.
And it's only me who gets to experience it.
There's something about it. So, but whatever you like, Joe really wants her man to be super masculine. If you give me, actually, I feel because it's harder to get that 10%, I value it a lot.
Actually, a man to me who is like able to just be like, who just like cower under me. Just it's like those men who speak in baby voice. If it's
mommy.
Oh, mommy. Oh, you want me to come in? Shut up. Yeah.
Whoa.
That's what the man is giving.
No.
That's what the man is. I can't do that. No.
Well, that's what I like. That's mine.
So if you're out here and you're watching this and you can give that to Lydia, please kindly
and
DM us on Instagram.
If you're a dom and someone is a submissive, that is the other extreme.
You're right.
Yeah.
But you're definitely not a dom.
No,
I think we just like, in fact, if anything, I feel like the reason I'm able to be so submissive in bed is because out here I like being a dom. So there, it's like now the lady in me is like, that's where I want her to shine. I just want to be a girl.
Which makes sense that as I grow, because I'm feeling like my energies are more balanced out here, then they're a bit more more balanced in there.
You're right, girl.
So this is my one. Joe's about to vomit.
I'm about to vomit. What you really want. Think about it. Is this what you really want?
What I really want is to have more non-physical foreplay. And I've talked about this before. I would like to not be judged or shamed about my desires on this show.
And me, I wrote one here. I want foreplay, but not long.
Yeah. For me, first of all, I want sex to begin way before you put your hands on me. I've always said that.
I think this is most women actually.
I really want
women,
that. Like if we're sat on the sofa, like we're watching a film, even the way you're touching me, right? Or even just like the way you've been talking to me, or the lead up. By the time you're touching me, I don't even want that much physical foreplay.
Yeah.
Actually, physical foreplay sometimes is annoying to me. To me, because I want that other non-physical foreplay, or whether it's gentle foreplay, which is just like, it's the way you are holding me, it's the way you are touching me, it's how you are talking to me, it's affirming me, it's telling me I'm sexy, I'm beautiful. That is my foreplay. By the time you start kissing on me, I want to just jump on the cocky.
Yeah, you know?
You know? The other foreplay of just like, let me kiss your ear. Why? And now I have to go and bend over a bucket to get out all the saliva.
I want that to be
like a bit. I want that to be a bit. The other part.
I know. Okay, fine. I agree with that. I think it's really sexy. Like those ones of you been sending each other messages during the day, like can't wait to see you later. You know, he sent you a sexy pic. You've sent him kind of something. I like that. I also like that. Yeah.
Slaps
and
your
you're like,
ass.
Ooh,
you're not ready to go.
I'm ready. I'm stripping right now. But I also kind of like the one of like, maybe you've been in a fight and you haven't been talking at all. And it's like, you're just completely angry with each other. And then he just comes on to you and just like, I'm just so angry. And then, you know, so it's like the two extremes. I like them both.
I don't mind that either, depending on the context.
Depending on the context, it's not like a serious thing like we are trying to.
What I mean is like depending on the context is like I don't mind it going straight to sex.
Yeah.
Depending, like you come in from a night out, let's go.
Let's go straight to sex. Exactly.
Depending on the context, but I think in general that's the way that I want it. What happened to not connecting by the chaos? We talked about this.
Oh, did we? But sometimes it's just like
if the
chaos is already there, might as well make the best of the situation.
Well get an orgasm out of it.
That's the thing. And most times, by the way, when you have sex, when you guys are mad at each other, immediately afterwards, there's that calmness where you guys are able to speak from a more like intimate, calm kind of thing and be like, you know, I'm sorry about what I said. It's just because I really, it can help. It can help.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
Okay, fine.
Fully
but
agree.
guys, I would love to know from the audience actually, how long do you guys think foreplay should last in an ordinary situation?
The one of like from the first kiss.
Exactly. Because in porn, by the way, it lasts way too long. Way too long, honestly. People can be eating clit for like 30 minutes.
Well, for me, as I said, usually the way sex goes for me or the way I enjoy it is like you going down on me, I climax, then we have physical.
When do you go down on him?
I mean, I can. It depends.
Oh, but him going down on you is a must.
Usually when it starts with me, it's like I'll climax, then we'll have physical. By the time they're done, usually they just want to go.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, or if I start with you, we can start with you and then do it.
I like how it sounds like it's like a NASCAR. It's like an F1 race. Usually they just want to go. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Anyway, for me, if it's like 5 minutes max, 5 minutes tops.
If that, to be honest, I feel like after kissing, we've undressed, the nipples have gotten a bit of love. Get in there, mate. Let's get in there. Let's go.
Let's get it moving.
Let's go.
God. Okay, fine. One thing I really want, which I think is something that many women want in bed, is I want to feel like the sexiest woman you have ever laid your eyes on, and the sexiest. I'm Beyonce. I am Beyonce in bed, and I need you to tell me that. I can't assume, like not enough men are vocal in bed. Yeah. And I need them to be. I need you to be saying, oh my God, you're so sexy. Oh God, your thighs, God, your lips are so beautiful. I need that. I need you to say things. Yeah. Because I feel I'm really affirming in bed. I feel like I'm always affirming. Like I'm just like,
seem very affirming.
I'm like, I just want you to know you're so great. And I just want you to know I'm so happy to be here. I just want you to know I'm really happy to be here. And I need to hear that back. Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, I love it. And I need the man to also affirm me that I don't want to feel any kind of doubt in my head, especially if it's like maybe you've put on some weight or like, I don't know, the lights are on and usually the lights are dim or whatever. I just want to feel affirmed.
100%
and validated.
and with words, with full total words. Something which I recently discovered that I really want, which is exactly in line with that. Not just affirmations of you're sexy, actual affirmations of like maybe me, you know,
specific to you,
specific to me, or things about liking me.
Okay, so let me Google, for example. If you're Lydia's potential man, watch what I'm doing. Okay. Oh my God, I just love how these blonde braids brush against your nipples.
No, that's not what I want.
But what?
No, that's not what I want. What I want.
Say your mind is beautiful.
Listen. I feel like this judgy tone.
I'm sorry.
Every time she gives a judgy tone, she gives 50 bob.
Okay, fine.
Who's about to buy a car by the end of the show? Mokami. Anyway, the way I love it is like, you're so beautiful. You know? Yeah.
It's not specific at all.
No. What I mean by that, it's not like you're sexy. I love your ass. I don't want them to be physical because the merging for me in my
the mic. 200.
100. When do we go to 2?
We got 100 already when your phone rang here with your affirmation.
You're making rules up.
I am.
Anyway,
I'm the queen here.
The merging of hearing words of affirmation that are not about the physical, but then it's something physical that's happening. I didn't know. This was
Lydia?
Yeah.
Like we are putting too much expectation on the man.
No, this happened to me. And I was like, wow,
okay,
I love
besides,
this.
I am beautiful. Give us another example.
I'm beautiful. I love being around you. I love how you talk. Those kind of affirmations. But then we're having sex. Why did I stop unpacking? After I've been saying clitoris 20 times. That's why I draw the line.
Okay.
I didn't know that I liked that. But when
so if my mom says, my mom says, oh... No, because I was about to say a mom thing. Yeah. So I was going to say, if he just says, wow, you're just such a good mother to our kids. Something like that.
Do you like that? No. It's up to you. Huh?
I don't think so. Yeah.
I was surprised when I heard someone affirming me about like, you know, how they like me, how they enjoy being around me. They are so glad that they're with me. That I didn't know that was so sexy, but wow. Let me tell you, that man got it. Woo!
Which man exactly? Just
shut it.
For the sake, just
shut it and just move on.
Anyway, let me tell you something. There's a course on Beducated actually about like what you call nasty talk and things like that. Dirty talk. Things if you want to, even there's a course on Foreplay. So if you want to know like what to say, what to do during Foreplay, go and check out that. Or just send it to your man if your man is doing something wrong.
I realized I was missing out on a whole world of feeling without having that.
I just feel like you talking, just saying anything, just talking, just feels so good. Just feels so good. Things like it feels amazing to be inside you.
Yeah. Oh my God, you feel so good.
Exactly.
Baby, I'm home.
Wow. Are we about to wake up? Sorry.
Baby, I'm home.
Okay, fine. Yeah. A lot. Talking is important.
Talking is important. And you know, that being if that's my love language, then it makes sense.
It does.
That's one of my love language. And maybe that's why I love when a man goes down on me, because that's acts of service.
Yeah. Acts of service. Yeah, actually it is. Yeah. It is. And I know that men also really like when we are saying things like, you know, the emperor, the conqueror is here.
Oga.
During the, I think that, try that, guys. And then
you're the biggest.
Parts. Exactly. Just tell him, even though you know,
Jake last week. Anyway, another thing that I want, and I realized there's something you actually said today, and I think it was on the article, that when you stop wanting sex, it's not necessarily about not wanting sex. It could be the kind of sex you're having.
Yeah, it's lackluster. Exactly.
Yeah. And one thing that I realized is that the second I see that what the sex with you is just a physical experience, I stop liking it. I stop getting into it. And especially if it's like, I've seen a pattern that there's no willingness to connect here. It's like majority of the way you're expressing sex is just to have sex. For me, what I really want is to feel like sex is about connection.
Yeah.
More than just, even if it's like the dirty, drag my hair, slap my ass sex, I still want it to be like, there's a way you're expressing yourself that's clearly you're trying to express something to me and me, I'm trying to express something to you. That really matters to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is actually from an article from Cosmopolitan, and they were talking about things that most women want, really want during sex. And the number one was actually closeness, and more closeness.
Yeah.
So they were saying that women, you want to feel as physically close, but also as emotionally close as possible.
Yeah.
So if I feel like physically we are close, but I don't feel any closer to you than if we are sitting at the dining table talking about something, then it doesn't make sense. You want to feel like this is a place where I'm going with you, where no one else can go, kind of thing. It's like we are in each other.
Have you ever had like an experience with sex where it's just like, it's like, it's not like the best sex in the world, first of all. It could, and guess what? You're not going to have 10 out of 10 sex with your partner all the time.
Yeah.
But then you feel like, it's like, are you here?
Yeah.
Are you here? And I don't want to feel that way. And I thought that I was stopping to like sex as I got older. But no, it was because I was feeling like there's no willingness to connect. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Actually, if you start feeling like you're losing like desire for sex, query, it could be that you're losing desire for sex because you're having bad sex.
Yeah. Or the type of sex that your partner might be. Because having sex that's just purely physical is very good for a lot of people, but you just might not be like aligning, you know? And even if it's not necessarily like somebody is in love with you, I feel like there's a connection, or even somebody who has a crush on you, there's a way you have sex that you feel like you really are trying to get a message across here. You can feel it. And I resonate, I'm very connected with someone's energy. Once I feel like that's not...
And also I feel like with a guy, you can always tell when the sex is feeling performative, where it's like you're trying to impress me, as opposed to like there are certain cues about like how a man will make love to you when he's just in the moment, you know. He's just in there, and it's like at some point you even feel like he's stopped, and it's just like he's just feeling it, you know. It's not like I really want her to know that I'm the best at sex, you know, kind of thing.
You can feel it.
You can just feel it. I love that.
However, there are positives about this.
You should have started with
this other side. This other side of like performative. You're really here to just impress me.
Sometimes
it's great. Sometimes it's just like,
if it's one of the first times, it's like we are not in love right now. We're not in love.
Those ones are really good. But definitely the more connection, the more Mokami is here, the more Mokami is willing to give. And I'm already a giver. But you wanna go, That's
exactly. And I feel like at the beginning, you need to give me a reason to want to keep sleeping with you. But as time goes by, now we've been together 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It's not like you performing that. It's not when every time you're coming with a new style. You can't be coming with a new style every time. But I love just knowing that we are connected. Even when the sex is just like those early morning quickies, or it's like a late night one, or we're on holiday and it lasts 3 hours. No, not 3 hours.
No. I'm sorry.
Maybe 30 to 37 minutes.
No.
30 to 37 minutes. Those ones. Then I mean that emotion is what keeps it going.
100%. So for me now, I know. And if someone is not able to connect through sex, I don't want to have sex with you. And I'm not doing it.
That's it.
That's it. I'm done.
What women really want is for you to tell them, for a man to tell them that they enjoy the thing that she's trying to do. So I know you've already said about talking, but like if, for example, I'm giving you a blowjob, I need to be able to hear the feedback or see the feedback of what it is that I'm doing. I need it to be like, I like that. Keep going, keep doing it kind of thing. You know, especially like assuming now you downloaded Beducated and you've been on the app and now you've learned a new technique. So you're doing the new technique, but you're not hearing anything. So you're like, am I going to stop here? Do you like it?
Yeah, I want to hear feedback.
Just tell me. Yeah, give me feedback. I love it when a man either tells me like something that he wants me to do. He's just like
moans.
Go down or moans. Even just a moan.
Like a
yeah, oh,
that's working.
Not a not that. You know, No. It must be masculine. I'm not hearing anything below 10. It needs to be 10 or base.
I need that.
Yeah, I need you to be able to tell me either what to do or that you're liking what I am doing. I love when I'm instructed in bed. Ooh, I love it. Yeah.
I don't necessarily mind like do this, do that, but the like so I know
feedback,
that this actually a technique which clearly took my head game to a different level. I learned from the how to give a blowjob course on Beducated. Yeah.
Everything. And because there's visuals, you know, where am I positioning my tongue?
Yeah.
How are my lips moving?
What's going on with my hand?
Where are my hands?
And also they'll tell you why.
Yeah.
They'll tell you why this thing feels good.
Yeah.
So you are inspired
That's
to
it.
continue going.
Inspired by science.
Inspired by science.
It's scientific, by the way. It's not just a normal thing. It's scientific.
I think this goes without saying. What women really want is undivided focus in the act itself, right?
Yes.
Because I feel like a lot of times, even we hear women complaining about this a lot. It's like you're not paying attention, you know, or like you are just there giving the jaw of your life, giving the neck of your life, and you look up and he's wondering why those curtains don't look.
You are sacrificing your voice box and he's not even focused.
Yeah. You know, or it's like when you want to have sex, it feels like if you are the one who's initiating, a lot of times men aren't always as forthcoming. And let's say if they're in the middle of something, you can see that your attention is not there. But when you come on to me, I need to switch off.
But it's because women, we don't want to like break someone's heart or like nini,
but we are
their
done.
Feelings. Yeah.
We're done with that.
Oh, yeah.
We're done with that. If I am coming here fully present, despite the fact that I was crocheting before you entered,
come on.
before you entered the room, then I want the same energy just because I interrupted a game.
Except sometimes, like when it's like a thing, you know, it could be like, because sometimes we've had fun like doing that. It's like he's watching something, so he just go down under the blanket and it's like, oh, you just keep watching.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then
if it's intentional,
if it's intentional, yes.
And it's a thing to turn me on.
But if we have already started, then we are like somewhere halfway and then you're asking me about something completely random.
Yeah. So if it was on purpose, go for it. If it's like a thing to turn me on, fantastic.
Yeah.
But please be present. Like match my energy with that. Yeah.
Exactly. I feel like all women really want to just have sex without a condom. They want to have it raw. In theory, the best sex is had raw. Is this a fact?
Period. This is a fact.
And it's why many people are willing to risk their lives, even though this is a man you literally met yesterday at a house party and today is at your house and you're having sex raw.
Yeah. That isn't everyone.
Yeah, I feel like this is like more for everyone.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm always more willing, or at least when I was single, I was always more willing to wait a bit longer for me to get to a place where I can trust you and we've done like, I don't know, HIV test or whatever, for us to be like, okay, fine, we can have sex without a condom because I just feel like, I don't know, they just kind of ruin the vibes.
Yeah. I've changed. And it's mostly recent where I'm just like, no.
You'd rather just use a condom. Yeah. Okay.
It's like it will just, it's like that will graduate to another
I guess it
place.
depends on what phase also you are in your life. If you're in that phase of like just, I mean, you're kind of not settled down and you're kind of doing whatever, you kind of have to.
No, but even before, it's not like I was. Yeah. But it's just recent. That is just something I've just grown to.
Sexual misconduct?
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't something that was that much in the back of my mind now. Whereas now I just feel like I just need that.
Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know, pregnancy and like STDs are things which are like such a fact of life, but we don't actively think about them. It's like death. We all know we literally could die any second, but we're not actively thinking about it. It's just kind of like, you know, who's gonna die like now.
We actively think about pregnancy.
Yeah. But
it's
not
STIs,
as much STIs. You're
like,
just like, whatever. But guys, imagine just getting herpes from a guy who the sex was not even nice. Imagine that.
Oh my God.
So we know,
herpes.
Imagine, you know that you really, really, really do want to have sex without a condom. But please, we are at 250. Well done, Lydia.
150.
We're at 1,000 bob now.
150. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I guess maybe it's even an age thing. I don't know. I just feel like that's where I kind of am. However, I do get tested. I will pay that back. Yeah, I will pay that back to know everything. And people are always just testing just AIDS, sweetheart. There are many.
Because now there's super gonorrhea.
I heard about that. Can you imagine?
That's crazy.
Wild. Yeah. So definitely get tested.
That sex was not bad. It was not good. It better be phenomenal. If you got
be 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Yeah. Anyway, I just feel like that's the phase that I'm in.
Yeah. Okay. Something else that women want. Women really want. I actually don't have a point.
Oh, okay.
I started that off really confidently.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Tell us, what is this?
I'm sorry, misleading. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have a point either. But I was going to, I had a point when you were talking, and then now when it came, I was just running through my mind.
I'm sorry. Okay, fine. Here's a point. Do women, this is more of a question than a point. Do
I have a
women
point.
really want surprises? Like, do you want to be surprised by something new in bed, or do you want it to be something that you've talked about? I would say I like surprises.
And I like gentle surprises.
Really
I'm
like
somewhere
surprise.
in between.
Yeah.
So it's just like whatever is new that we haven't discussed, be gentle as you approach it, and approach it from a place of I'm trying this out, and if I win, it's not.
Yeah.
Whereas don't come in gun ho like you expect that I'll love it.
Yeah.
So I'm here for surprises.
Like, I want you to start with confidence. Obviously, if it's something like it depends on what it is. If it's something like fisting,
I need you to calm down.
I need us to have chatted about it for the past 3.5 weeks, first of all. But I feel like there's something sexy about it being a surprise, like something being a surprise, like it's just in the moment kind of thing,
I've been surprised, but it wasn't something that I loved that much. But that's why I'm saying it's good to be gentle with it.
Yeah.
Because if you just come head first.
What was it? Anal?
No. You can't surprise me with anal.
Why?
No.
Maybe he's just in fact, it's like
it's the first time we've ever tried it. We're just talking, and then now you're in the backside.
No, wait. Let's say you're doing missionary. Then you put your legs up here,
and he decides,
and then he pushes your legs back, and then now it's sim 2.
No, no. I need that to be gentle.
There's nothing sexy about like, oh, let me just like try something new.
Yeah, but I feel like be gentle about it.
Okay, yeah.
Because if I'm really against it, now sex has stopped.
Now it's
awkward.
Okay.
Now we have to have discussion about boundaries. Now this is weird. Now I don't want to be here.
Listen, this is the word. Spell this word: consent.
Consent.
Anyway, guys, tell us: do you guys prefer surprises or not? Because I feel like it depends. Again, it also depends. Yeah.
The way you come with a surprise, I feel like that's a big one.
Yeah.
I've shared that there's someone who I know who was surprised with a slap.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was more like, have I been hurt? Am I being hurt? Has now this
am I a victim of domestic abuse?
Has this turned violent? I don't know now.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know, because I don't know if this.
Do I need to report this? And who am I reporting to? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, fine.
The way you come at the surprise is important. Okay, something that I really want is for the dynamics of feminine, masculine to really get out of men's mind, personally. That's 100 bob. Anyway, let me tell you why.
In a judgmental way. Meant more like,
I disagree, gently.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so let me tell you why. Because I feel like men could go further if they expand that for themselves. For me, it's like, I know where my energies are balanced. However, you don't want to try that thing because you think it's quote unquote gay.
We know you're talking about butt stuff for sure. It's butt stuff, right?
No, that's one example.
Else?
What if somebody wants, I am a dom and I want you to be a submissive? That's what I like. Now, because you think I'm making you my maid, we can't do it. Right?
But why are you trying to make him your maid?
But some people like that, So I feel like I think mostly with heterosexual men, everything it's very much like you need to be a man, and whatever happens here is like, you're not a man. You're still a man. I just want to put it up your ass,
Yeah, no. I feel like with that one, you would probably just need to align with a man who is open to things like that.
I really want that. That's what I really
want. However, me,
Mm.
I personally want a man who is like the toxicest masculinity in bed.
However, you said that you feel like men are not as vocal about what they want. What do you think that's about? The toxic masculinity.
Okay, fine. Okay, the things which serve me.
The things which serve me. I would like you to dilute that
and
definition.
Also, I read a thing that was saying, research that was saying that men have more nerve endings in their anal cavity.
We all know that, and yet.
So, and some are willing to try, I guess.
And why are they not willing to try? Because the fear of being branded as a homosexual, the fear that tomorrow when you look at him, you just be like, who are you talking to like that? When I fucked you, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, so maybe let's not do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
so it's like
if
there's a limit of how you can express yourself if you're constantly feeling like there's an identity that you have to maintain. It's going to block how you articulate yourself. It's going to block your freedom of expression. And that means it's blocking how far and how free we can both be. So there's a limit if that happens. Yeah, and not necessarily that if he redefines that now he's okay, he wants to be a submissive, but he redefines that in a way that allows him to express himself in a freer way.
Yeah,
so
you're
that
right.
you can know, like, what are you really into?
I would say that the health of your relationship will really determine the quality of the sex that you're having with your partner. And I know it's possible, like in some ways, to have really great sex with someone with whom you have your connection is shit,
or have bad sex,
or have yes, exactly,
and you love each other and you're deep and you're healthy.
But I genuinely, I feel like if you love each other so much and your relationship is in a good place and the sex is still bad,
it could be like it could be like maybe the way you like it is not. I feel like usually bad sex is from a place of what you like versus what I like, and it's not aligning. So if somebody likes like super slow sex,
and I like it fast and hard,
according to you, that's bad.
Easy,
and then maybe it's bad for them because you want.
So is it even possible then, if I really want this and you really want that, is it possible for us to have great sex? Because at some point something has to be sacrificed.
I feel like sometimes that becomes like sexual incompatibility, which is something I feel like should really be higher up the importance list when we're deciding who to end up with than it is. Because one of the things that is constant in our DMs, majority of the issues are what's going on in the bedroom, because that's not what people prioritize. And I understand why. You found a good man. He's wonderful. He's stable. He's healthy. He's affirming. But maybe something is not happening in the bedroom for you and you feel like that's not that important. But something you're going to have to be doing for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's very much important. So for me, I would like a world where if we're still working on the toxic masculinity out here, can we make the bedroom the first place where men are allowed to just say whatever it is in their mind? Yeah, I would like to see a man on porn. How many men would ever admit that?
Never.
Heterosexual?
Yeah. But again, that's why I was saying the point about like the health of your relationship. If truly there is such a connection between you and your man where he knows he's in a judgment-free space, he knows that the communication between you guys is great, he knows that he'll trust that if he says something and you think you don't want to do that or you think a certain way about it, he knows that you're actually going to say it and you're not going to be like hide it or go and tell Murugi or talk about it on TMI podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like automatically, if you guys are in such a place where you're connected, there's trust, there's communication, there's openness, for sure you're going to be able to talk about things.
I feel like that's true, but it's one of those, if you find an amazing man, then for sure you're going to be in love. No? Because you need to go past your own thinking and your own walls and your own ways of thinking. So you could be someone who, I feel like you're super open. I feel like anyone could tell you anything, but they have to take the road themselves sometimes to what's this gonna mean about me? All of their conditioning, they have to do their work as well. But I want to live in a world where if I'm so free to tell you all the kinky stuff I want to try, I want you to feel that you can tell me too.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sure there's a course about openness on Beducated. There's a course about
sure.
literally everything. Yeah. I think if you guys are in a fantastic exactly. If you're in a fantastic relationship but you're struggling with sex, before we get to like sexually incompatible, go on Beducated and be able to look through like some of the courses, because you might find that there are points of commonality between the two of you. It's hardly ever this extreme and this extreme, unless this one is like BDSM and this one is I want to be a kitten every time that we are in bed, kind of thing. I'm sure you can find points of commonality somewhere in between there, between what he really wants and what you really want.
And as Joe said, when you're screening through the courses, especially with your partner, you might be like, oh, what do you want us to see? And just out of his own curiosity, you might start finding out what he actually likes. And I touched it. I didn't hit it this time. I felt it was a touch. It was more of a caress. Anyway, you might find out what your partner wants. And as we are saying, because a lot of heterosexual men are conditioned to not be open, to not speak openly, that might be an easy way to say, I actually like this, without having to tell you, I actually like this.
Really?
So that's it, yeah. And now we have a 40% off your annual subscription code, TMI Podcast, that you can enjoy. So even if you show him the price, you can be like, but at least there's a 40%.
40%.
Yeah, you get
discount,
24 hours to go through the courses, see what it's like, just kind of skim them, and then you can make your purchase.
Exactly. I actually made my man pay for me for this year because I was like, you're leaving me. You're taking my access to sex. You are robbing me.
Something.
You need to leave me with something. But here's one thing now I've learned, because I mean, it's been a whole journey with my man. It's been almost 2 months he's been away. So I've been trying to explore like the self-pleasure
minus
elements.
50 bob from mine. So now we are at
self-pleasure
100
elements on Beducated. But here's one thing I've realized is that I don't enjoy I feel like masturbation to me makes me want sex more as opposed to it feeling like it cures my need for that. So I've kind of like reduced the amount I do it. I still once in a while when like I'm ovulating and I'm just like, no, I must have something. I must do something. Then I'll do it. But other times I'm more like, let me just hold off. God, I can't wait to see my man. Yo.
This is it. So for me, it's the fact that what you're desiring isn't that.
Yeah.
It's a supplement. That's what's frustrating.
I think so. Yeah,
that's frustrating.
Sure.
Whereas let's say when you know he's going to come home at 5, this feels like it's just like I'm just doing it.
Exactly.
It's easier, but you know what it is that you're craving. So this feels like
which I can't have.
It's a convenient substitute, which I understand.
You know. Anyway, if you're single, go on Beducated because at least you will find some nice courses.
I'm going through my not
selfish
feeling
phase.
super into men phase. So right now I'm just kind of like just chilling.
I know.
Yeah.
And she does have a friend with her.
Oh yeah, she bought me
a friend
who have not been as consistent in this my phase. It's just been just like okay every so often. Yeah, it hasn't been as but let me tell you,
I know the
my
phase is
good
coming.
friend.
Yeah, I had to make sure that at least at night she's not sleeping alone. She's cared for. She's loved. You know, and she's moving. If you know what we mean, she's just moving.
It's helping me explore the internal
G-spot. That's it. Yeah.
The combination of the two.
This is deep. Anyway, guys, we would love to hear from you guys. What other things do you think women really want? As a woman, what is it that you really want? And is it something you've told your man, or is it something you hope you can tell your man? Or why aren't you being able to tell your man or your woman, I guess?
It's true.
Yeah.
Actually, if you do know what the barriers are to what you really want, let us know below. Is it your own personal? Maybe you feel shame or you just don't know where to start. Is it the fact that you're with a partner who you don't feel comfortable with?
Yeah.
Is it that you feel like if you do share, something might change with your dynamic? Let us know what you think your barriers to getting what you really want are, because clearly there was what we want and there's what we really want. And how can we bridge that gap?
Yeah, how can we bridge that gap? Also, precursor to next week's episode, there is a course on Beducated on gender identity. And our next episode is the one that we shot with Chris. So I would recommend you go and watch that. So as we are speaking with Chris, you can be able to be like, I know that word. I know that definition. I know that identification. Just telling you, you can benefit. You can benefit from that.
It's going to be a fantastic one.
It's going to be fantastic.
As we said, our code applies for how long?
I think the whole of April, Nancy, right? Yeah, the whole of April.
Yes, the whole of April, you're going to be able to get this discount. And we are telling you this at the beginning of the month. If you're watching on, our usual premiere time, at the beginning of the month, it's payday. You know you can do it and you can change your whole sexual experience whole year.
Exactly, literally the whole year. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you. We love you. Don't leave this channel before you have subscribed. Kindly, we ask you. I'm tired of seeing 90 something. I just want to get to 100.
Please.
I just want to get to 100.
It would be so great to get 100 episodes.
Oh, it would be amazing. Don't you want us to be happy? Don't you want us to be happy, guys? Please, please, guys, just subscribe. We love you. We love you so much. We'll see you in our next episode.
Bye.